Hey, how's it going, you guys? So I've been in real estate for almost 3 years now, and one of the most common questions I get asked is, Charlie, how do you get your real estate license? Not only that, but how do you get your license, and then how do you start working as a real estate agent after that? So in this video, I'm going to address these things and give you a clear picture of what you need to do in order to get your real estate license and also to become a successful real estate agent. So first off is, what is a real estate agent and what can they do? So a real estate agent is actually a licensed professional that can help arrange transactions between buyers and sellers. They put buyers and sellers together and can actually act as representatives for all the negotiations that go on. And trust me, real estate transactions are complicated as hell, so there is so much stuff to be done in each and every transaction. So yeah, let's go through some of the reasons why I think getting a real estate license can be very, very smart. So first up is, being a real estate agent is a very flexible job. What this pretty much means is you get to set your own hours. You don't need to go into the office every day from 9 to 5 p.m. You put in however much work you want to put in, and pretty much that's going to get you whatever results you're going to get. So if you want a job that can actually be very flexible like that, you can go on vacation whenever you want, you can choose when to work, you can choose when to not work, then this is actually, I think, the perfect job for you. You are able to become your own boss and you can set your own hours and do whatever you want. Another really fun thing about becoming a real estate agent is that you're constantly doing different things. As a real estate agent, you have so many hats to fill. No single day is alike. Some days you might be prospecting all day, trying to find buyer and seller leads. Some days you might be meeting new people, networking, door knocking, cold calling. Other days you'll be actually in the field doing work. You can be at a home inspection. You could be showing homes to a buyer. You could be going on listing presentations. Every single day is going to be a little bit different. So if you value a job where, not every day is the same, then this is a great opportunity for you. Another pro is that it is very easy to get your license. Like, we're talking, for most people, you can get your license in about 3 months. Of course, with it being so easy to get your license, that also means that everyone is going to have their license. And we'll talk more about the cons of getting your license later on, but just know there are some. When you are a real estate agent, you can pretty much get guaranteed business through your friends and through your family. As long as you are a nice person and you're not a complete shitty realtor, then your family and your friends will likely use you when it comes time to either purchase a house or sell their existing house. It is also extremely useful for when you're buying and selling your own properties. Let's say you have a property that you want to sell, you can actually sell it yourself, not have to pay that commission to another realtor, and save some money that way. Also, when you're buying a home for yourself, you can represent yourself as the buyer. This allows you to take that commission, which is generally between 2.5 and 3%, and use that as a closing cost rebate, or perhaps use it to negotiate the purchase price down. There are lots of ways that you can benefit from having your own license for doing your own deals. And especially if you're gonna be doing a lot of real estate investing, a lot of buying or purchasing or selling, then you might as well do it yourself. I personally got my real estate license to buy my own place because I knew I could just take that commission and use part of it to help renovate the house. And obviously, when you're taking the class, you're learning a ton of stuff. It's all useful information to have if you want to become a real estate investor in the future. As a real estate agent, you also get to meet a lot of people that you normally would not get to meet, and you get to see a lot of awesome homes that you probably would not get to see normally. And by becoming a real estate agent, you are your own boss and you pretty much have your own company. You are working for yourself, right? This means that you can actually take a lot of tax deductions. There are many business expenses that you can write off on your own taxes, which is going to save you a lot of money come tax season. For example, you can write off your car. You can write off any business expense such as business meals, printing, ink, gas. There are so many things that you can write off that reduce your taxable income and help you save a lot of money during tax season. Overall, real estate is the perfect job if you like helping people, if you like real estate itself, and if you love building relationships. Now, sorry guys, with anything good, there's of course some downsides, and I want to make sure that we go into these downsides to just really make sure you are on the right track. If you want to get your real estate license or not, it is important to also look at the downsides. Now, like I briefly mentioned before, since it's so easy for people to get their real estate license, that means anyone can do it. And that also means there are a ton of real estate agents out there. A ton of real estate agents means there is a lot of competition. As a result, getting actual clients and closing deals can be very sporadic, especially at the start of your career. When you first begin, expect your income to be all over the place. Some months you might make $0. Some months you might make a lot of money. It's gonna really fluctuate. And until you get a steady flow of business, which is typically after a few years or so in the field, then making a steady income is probably not gonna be possible. And everyone's heard the stats, most real estate agents fail within their first year. This is true because a lot of real estate agents drop whatever they're doing and focus solely on becoming a real estate agent. This means they have no other income coming in, and when you don't have a Rolodex of clients, it's gonna be really hard to get clients for those first 6 months, first year. So after they don't sell a house in those few months or year, they quit, they go back to their normal job, and they just kind of forget about the whole real estate thing. That's why I think personally it's smart to have a normal job or normal other activities that you're working on while pursuing real estate. If your real estate business explodes, if you're seeing that it's doing well and is on track to becoming a main source of income, then you can slowly stop doing your other jobs and focus on real estate then. Typically most jobs are 40, 50 hours per week, right? That leaves you with a lot of time to work on real estate in your free time. You can do real estate on Saturdays and Sundays. You can prospect after you get home from work. If there's a will, there's a way. Another thing that really sucks about real estate is that it can be very stressful. A lot of things are out of your control, and it can be really frustrating when something goes wrong and you lose a deal as a result. These are normally the largest transactions, purchases that your clients will ever make in their lifetime. So a lot is riding on your knowledge and expertise. So now that we've gone into both the pros and the cons of getting your real estate license, let's dive into how you actually get the license itself. The first thing you need to do is take a real estate salesperson's course. Now this can be different for every state. Each state has their own specific course that is required, the amount of hours that's needed. So what I would do is go on Google, look up your state, and then real estate salesperson course. There are gonna be a ton of results. So here in California, the Department of Real Estate requires 135 hours of class time. And this is split between 3 separate courses, each being 45 hours. You can choose to take an in-person classroom course, or you can also choose to do your course completely online. So an in-person course is generally gonna cost a bit more money, but you're gonna have an actual live instructor and you're going to be held more accountable. You have to actually go into a classroom, drive there, and that means you're gonna be held more accountable. You're gonna have classmates, you're gonna have people around you that you can bounce ideas off of. So this can be a great way to take your course if you're very, very serious, if you want to learn the best and you can actually afford to spend more money. But of course it's annoying because you have to actually go into a classroom every certain day from, let's say, like 5 until 9 p.m. or something. So for a lot of people, this is too much of a hassle and they actually just go with an online course. And that's actually what I did. I took my real estate course online through Real Estate Express, which I very much recommend. An online class, you can pretty much work on it whenever you want at your own pace. So let's say you have a few free hours during the day, you can work on it then. Or let's say you're on a long commute, you can work on it then. It's a lot more flexible than having to go in person to a classroom. And in my opinion, it's a lot easier. The class basically consists of a bunch of slides where you read through the information, take notes, and at the end of each chapter, there are little quizzes that you have to complete and pass. And at the end of every course, you take a final exam, and when you pass that final exam, you get a certificate of completion for that course. I found that Real Estate Express was the cheapest option and was the most easy to complete. I've recommended so many of my friends to use this platform and they've all been very happy with it. So I'll actually put a link in the description below. They always run sales and the total cost of the class is gonna be under $100, so it is extremely affordable. After you finish your real estate course and pass the final exam, you'll actually be able to fill out an application and mail it in to your state's real estate department. They'll take them about 1 month to process the application, and during that time, I recommend looking at as many test bank questions as you can in order to study for the actual state exam. Once your application goes through, you can schedule a test date and then you go in and pass the test. It's not too hard. Here in California, you just need a 70% to pass the test. As long as you actually read the information and you did some study questions to prepare yourself for the test, you should have no problem passing it. After that, you'll need to hang your license with a brokerage. And this is just the rule. You can't work as a salesperson without being affiliated with a real estate brokerage. From there, you'll probably have to join the National Association of Realtors, and from there, you get MLS access. Now, to get your start in real estate, there are a few things that you can do. The first being joining a team or becoming an assistant to a top producer in your area. This is a more guided introduction to becoming an agent, and while you won't make as much money, you're gonna have a lot of experience working for them. If you want to make the most money, actually join a brokerage and just work as a salesperson. You'll want to find a local brokerage that can actually train and mentor you. To be honest, most of the information found in the real estate course, it's not really going to help you out much in the field. So that's why it's really important to find a broker or a mentor that can train you on your first deal. If you're in California, check out my own brokerage. I have my own 100% commission real estate brokerage. We pay agents 100%. We have training, we have mentorships, we have technology, we have marketing materials. Send me a DM if you're interested in joining the team because we are always looking to hire. And yes, 100% means you get 100% of your commission. So yeah, that's pretty much all the basic first steps. We went through the pros and cons. We went through the sort of process in order to take your course, to take the exam, and hang your license with a broker. Can you become successful part-time? Yes, that's how I became successful. I started part-time and gradually eased my way into it. It's definitely the safer way. It's probably a little bit easier to become very successful if you put in your full attention, but that means it's also very possible for you to lose all your money and not be able to pay your bills. So you really need to see what works for your situation. Getting clients is the hardest part about real estate. There are so many agents out there. There's so much competition that finding clients is very hard. So you'll be prospecting a lot. You need to run ads, you need to door knock, cold call, you need to not become an invisible agent, which means let your sphere of influence know that you're an agent. Let all your friends, family, everyone they know should know that you are an agent. And what you want to do is you want to be top of mind when they think about real estate. Almost everyone knows at least one real estate agent. So you want to be that first name that pops up in their mind when they're thinking, hey, I should sell my house, or hey, I want to move somewhere. Then they'll think of you and they'll call you. One really good way to get started is actually focusing on rentals. Not too many people like doing rentals because you don't make a lot of commission, but it is a good way to meet a lot of people. You'll meet many people and create relationships, and most people that rent will eventually buy later on. So yeah, if you want to get into real estate, get started today. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't cost a lot of money to get your real estate license. The courses are all very cheap, especially if you do it online. And if you're looking for a broker in California, make sure to hit me up. I'll give you some free study materials, some free study exam questions to really help you pass the test on your first try. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos just like this.